Hello all, welcome back to my Gurukul. Thank you for giving me so many likes for which school to choose, and I've come up with another video to help all you parents. We have this confusion of choosing the boards, whether we have to choose the CBSE board or the ICSE. I have not made the PPT slides, the slides which have been there. I have downloaded these slides from slideshare.com. So I downloaded this. Of course I did select these slides, and for giving a small information, I worked as an ICSE teacher for 6 years in Bangalore, handling 8th, 9th and 10th standard children, that is biology. So I am a little aware about ICSE. However, I also went and conducted sessions for CBSE students and the teachers in Assam when I was there for 3 years. So I am aware about both of these syllabus personally, and I hence carefully selected the slides which are giving you information not from my perspective but for what is required according to the parent's perspective. So I am a teacher and a parent too, so I am looking from both the angles and I have selected the slides carefully. Let's get started, and please remember that these slides is not created by me, and I have taken the info or just the representations of the pictorial representations or the graphical representations from slideshare.com. So let's get started with the first slide. We need to understand the basics of ICSE and CBSE first. So this is the one for you. It's an introduction about CBSE and ICSE. Kindly take a screenshot of this. I will read it and explain it to you in simple terms. The CBSE board stands for the Central Board of Secondary Education, that's CBSE, so Central Board for Secondary Education. And ICSE stands for Indian Certificate of Secondary Education. So that's the full form for CBSE and ICSE. In general, the CBSE syllabus is followed by majority of the public and the private schools, and it is also recognized under the Union Government of India. Alright, so the Central Board and the of Secondary Education, that CBSE, it asks all the schools affiliated under CBSE to follow NCERT curriculum. NCERT stands for National Council for Education and Research Training. So they have a prescribed curriculum for class 1, class 2, class 3, and hence all the schools will follow the NCERT curriculum. If you look at any of the entrance exams like IAS, IPS, KAS or any of these exams to be cleared, they will also always tell that NCERT prescribed syllabus. So this is one syllabus which is followed by all the CBSE schools and in general for all the competitive exams also. Now ICSE, under ICSE I have already told that ICSE stands for Indian Certificate of Secondary Education. Now the Board of Education is conducted by the Council for the Indian School Certificate Examination, which most of us don't know here is it is a private and a non-government board of school of education, or it is not under the government, it's not directly under the Union Government of India, right? So it's a non-government board of school of education in India. The council conducts all the Indian exams for class 10 called ICSE board. We call it as, even in the certificate we give it as ICSE, and for 11th and 12th they issue a certificate called as ISC, that is Indian School Certificate. So these are the differences or just the hint between CBSE and ICSE. Let's get started with the next one. I'm just giving you a little more detail into this. Now CBSE, the Central Board of Secondary Education, which year it was established, it has around 15,000 plus of schools. It's affiliated to CBSE, and it's by far the most popular board which is available. That means in any city if you go and see, there will be more CBSE schools than ICSE schools. Right, then they also conduct this AIEEE, then AIPMT examinations. Then apart from that, the competitive exams or medical entrance, engineering entrance exams, IITs, IIMs, NITs, AIIMS, sorry, this is for children. And also when they grow up and to become, when they finish or graduate also, and when they have to start applying for this government jobs, IAS, IAS, IPS and all of these, they will follow these NCERT prescribed books, which is again followed by the CBSE. Alright, let's look into the next slide. The ICSE, now again I told you, I have already told you, it's a private non-government education board. Now this is one thing which majority of us don't know. Right, so Anglo-Indian education, of course, they specifically give more preference to English teaching. So language used here is English. Okay, I will continue with the differences now. That was the generalization between CBSE and ICSE. Now we will look into the differences between them. Right, so we will look into these under these categories. What is the medium of instruction between both? What is how is it different for regular and private candidates for among the both of these boards, and how are these boards recognized? What is the curriculum? What is the assessment? And what are the teaching methodologies under, or what is the difference between these under these specific categories? So the regular and the private candidates. Now the private candidates are the ones who will be applying a writing exam under NIOS. That is, NIOS stands for National Institute of Open Schooling. Children who are undergoing Montessori type of education, who don't attend regular schools, will be able to apply under CBSE, or will be able to sit down for a CBSE exam. Whereas ICSE does not allow candidates who are not studying in ICSE affiliated schools to appear for the exam. So this is one major difference between the regular and the private candidates. Now the medium of instruction. If you look at it, the CBSE curriculum or the NCERT curriculum is followed by majority of the KVs and the Navodaya Vidyalayas, Kendriya Vidyalayas all over the India, and the Navodaya Vidyalayas all over India, and majority of the schools in the urban setup also will be CBSE affiliated. So they follow the language of Hindi and English, whereas ICSE recommends more of English and does not recommend Hindi. So the curriculum and the course. Now what is the curriculum and the course for CBSE and the ICSE? Right. The syllabus prepared by CBSE is more suitable for qualifying in many entrance exams, like I have already told you earlier. Now they are very student friendly. If you look at their textbooks, they are more application oriented. Even if you look at a class 1 textbook or a class 2 textbook, or even till class 1, any other classes also. I am particularly telling about class 1 or class 2 because I have recently gone through one. They are more application based rather than teaching children, reasoning, aptitude, all of these based. The ICSE textbooks, if you look at them, they are very vast. I mean, when I was teaching class 10 students, I was teaching around 4 to 5 chapters which I had learnt in my BSc, including their practicals. When doing a biology practicals, I had to literally do stem cell section and all of that, which they learn in 8th standard plant section. Right, so this plant stem section, which I learnt it first time in 2nd PUC, that is in class 12, if you tell it in the other terms. Right, so the ICSE syllabus is more vast and depth in knowledge. So if you want your child to be more knowledgeable, want to know in depth the subjects, then it is ICSE. If you want your children to be a little reasoning oriented, or want your children to start clearing more entrance exams, and it is CBSE, according to me. This is according to me. Board and recognition. Yeah, what is a board which is recognized? I have told you this in the first initial slides. The CBSE is recognized by Indian government, and ICSE is not recognized by Indian government. Not recognized meaning it is run by, it is recognized under, it has been affiliated to an NGO, a non-government organization. Although the certificates provided by both of them are valid. It's not that ICSE certificates are not valid, nothing like that. Both the CBSE certificates and the ICSE certificates issued at class 10 and class 12 or any other classes are valid in India and outside too. CBSE has a better footage in subcontinents than ICSE. ICSE is recognized by many foreign universities, right? That is one plus point. More than CBSE, ICSE is recognized in more foreign countries. In CBSE, the internal, this is with respect to assessment. Sorry, I just went ahead with the slide and I was still continuing with the previous slide. Assessments With respect to assessments, the internal assessments in CBSE are vital. That means are very very important, and the practical tests are aggregated, meaning they will aggregate the practical test 1, 2, 3. So they'll take the aggregate and the overall scores will be added. But in ICSE, the more emphasis is laid on lab work. Like for example, I told you already, I was an ICSE teacher, right? The children in class 8, 9 and 10 will have to maintain their records. Of course in CBSE also they need to maintain their records, but the records are more to be written. They have too many things to be written in depth in ICSE, whereas in CBSE they also maintain the record, but they need not write in-depth knowledge of. So in depth they need not write. So that is one thing which I have observed. Even in assessments, like for example in ICSE, children used to write almost 11 assessments. That is English 1 assessment, English 2 1 assessment. Assessment means project works. So English 1 assessment, English 2 assessment, geography different assignment, history civics different assignment, and it goes on, maths different assignment, it goes on and on. So 11 assessments they used to write for ICSE children. Right. Teaching methodologies. Well, with respect to teaching methodologies, it's not exactly teaching methodologies, but probably the methodology or what is followed there, right? Both of it depends on the teachers and the TLMs, that is teaching learning materials, which they'll be using. Apart from that, the ICSE includes detailed study of subjects, and I told you this before. Right, I told you with respect to biology itself, I had to teach them respiratory system, digestive system, excretory system in depth. In depth I'm telling, it's not just excretory system as kidney, ureter, urinary bladder, not like that. In depth, what is there inside the kidney, what is a nephron, what is inside the nephron, all this the ICSE children used to learn. And one very very positive point with ICSE children is the medium of instruction usually will be English, so and hence they will have an higher edge, especially English literature. In English literature, I have seen ICSE children learning about Shakespeare plays and all that, but I used to always also wonder how are they going to practically apply in their life Shakespeare's play, because the language itself is different, but however their English is really of a good standard for ICSE children. Right. However, CBSE curriculum does not provide students academic luxuries, meaning like probably that higher edge of English literature and all of these. I don't agree with the next one, that the combination of subjects, of course, just a little bit. The ICSE has a little, gives you a little more free hand on the combination of subjects which you can choose. Computer science being scoring subject, you can get 100 and 100, and environmental science again is a scoring subject, you can get 100 and 100. So you can choose both of these, that is computer science and EVS. Right, so ICSE has got one hand upper in this, in choosing of different subjects which the child wants. And the child can actually choose these subjects. All right. Oh yeah, this one I've just added. This is with respect to ease of availability. Like when you look at any town, you can take a screenshot of these slides and read through in detail. I will roughly tell it to you. If you look at any metro city or tier 1, tier 2 cities, or even if you go to a village setup, usually you would find CBSE schools everywhere, look and corner. Like for example, my husband, I told you he's from Assam and he's from Mangalday. Mangalday is almost 90 kilometers from Dispur or Guwahati. Then you still find a CBSE school. I have also visited Kokrajhar and the borders of Assam, which is very close to Bangladesh, and still you find a CBSE school. But ICSE school is not like that. ICSE schools will usually be available only in the metro cities and the well developed urban areas. This is with respect to availability of ICSE schools and CBSE schools. Now when I'm talking about the availability of the ICSE and the CBSE schools, so that means that if you are under a transferable job, that means you are moving from one state to another frequently, then I would strictly suggest, or I would highly recommend CBSE schools. Easy to find, and they follow a curriculum which is similar throughout the country, right? So the NCERT prescribed syllabus. So even certain times, even the textbooks are very very specific, that under CBSE you have to follow this particular textbook and with this particular syllabus. But however, In ICSE there is no specification that you have to follow this textbook. So if I am a school, a school by name A, I can choose any textbook for biology, for literature, and for mathematics. And the same ICSE school with ICSE B school can choose a different textbook for English, mathematics, and biology. So that is one thing which I feel is a difference. Yeah, so in general, let's summarize it up. What are the positives and negatives? CBSE, I find that the negative thing is Hindi and English, so it's again positive and negative. Then CBSE will not give you a vast variety of choosing subjects in comparison to ICSE. In comparison to ICSE, the choice of subjects under CBSE is less. So these are the negative points under CBSE. The positive points under CBSE is it is recognized by the government by the central government, or is approved by the central government. It is followed in all the Kendriya Vidyalayas and all Jawahar Navodaya schools and private schools, and most of the schools approved by the central government. The CBSE syllabus is followed by. And another positive point is you have a lot of schools which is available. The CBSE schools available in tier 1, tier 2 cities, and sometimes even in small towns, CBSE schools are available for you. So it's easy to choose. So let's go to the ICSE syllabus now. The positive points about ICSE is their English medium instruction is an advantage. They have a really good hold on English. The second one is, again, they give you a vast variety of subjects, so you can choose under arts and arts or science or humanities, you can choose that subject. So these are the two positive points. The negative points being they don't have a prescribed textbooks to be followed, and hence each school follows of course the syllabus is prescribed, but the textbooks keep varying, and hence the interpretations. The second one is you don't have too many ICSE schools in tier 2 or in towns and towns, so it will be difficult if you are under a transferable job. If you are not under transferable job, of course you can allow your child to continue his or her education in one particular school itself, right? The other one is the other positive point of ICSE is, yes, ICSE syllabus is recognized in majority of the foreign countries, so that's one major point. And finally, it all depends on you and the child. So it depends again both on you and your child. Take a decision which is wise. Check before you take a decision whether your child is capable of learning too many subjects in depth. And then you choose ICSE, or you choose a curriculum where you feel your child is good at learning, but also wants to be, or is good in reasoning and aptitude and all of these. Then you choose the CBSE board. Right, the ICSE and the CBSE, again the boards, whichever board your child studies in. What I feel personally is CBSE is students friendly. You will have in their textbooks printed that this particular subject 16 marks will definitely has to come from that particular subject or that particular topic, and hence the child can smartly choose the topics which he or she feels comfortable with. This is in the higher classes I'm talking, whereas ICSE has no that prescribed. There is nothing prescribed like that this chapter must have so many marks coming. There is no prescription as such, at least until I thought I stopped teaching ICSE probably in 2015. So until then there was no specification. I don't know whether it's available now, so do correct me if I'm wrong in that particular sense. Otherwise, they both have equal weightage. Both the certificates are valid in India, right? But ICSE has a little more weightage if you want to move out of India, or if you want your child to go into the foreign and do his education, then you choose the ICSE board. This is it from my end. Please do like, share and subscribe if you like this video, and do ask me if you have any questions in the comment section. Thank you.